We'll call the meeting to order on April 3rd at 6:06 p.m. Members present, we'll start down the end.
Ben Norton?
Mary Anastasia.
Courtney Boudreau.
David Brohl.
Mark Sands?
Cindy Courier, COE Liaison.
Previous minutes, did everyone read them?
I did not get them out.
Oh.
I dropped the ball.
Mark Flag, is open, X, Mark.
Yeah, my fault, full responsibility. I will send them out tomorrow morning along with tonight's.
All right.
Okay.
Correspondence. Anything? Do we get any bills?
We got a bill for the pickleball
Oh, that's right.
Four.
That's right.
lines, and I think that was it.
It was the lines, the
Yeah.
nets, and the paddles.
Paddles.
Yeah.
Do you have this, or do you?
I do,
Okay.
yeah.
And you have the lines, nets, and towels?
Everything came in, so I
Yeah.
have, yeah.
And have you guys used it yet?
No, we start May 2nd. But what I did want to ask, and maybe I don't do it right now, you can let me know,
Yeah.
was something to
Yeah.
put everything in.
Yeah, we'll.
We didn't.
Yeah, let's
talk
get
about
that down
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
So bills and claims were all set. Signed documentation for alternative treasurer. Do we have an alternative treasurer?
Yes, we do. We voted on Mary last week.
We did.
And I'm just not, I had a document for us to sign. We know that it's happened. I'll get the document out to people to sign. It's just a formality for the accountant's office,
Okay.
the transition. We know that you are, you had signed it earlier when Celine was here, and then Courtney will be our backup. Or alternative, alternate, not alternative,
Yeah.
alternate. And my mistake, I'm just not with it tonight.
And you're gonna be the alternate on everything else, correct?
So to practice.
All right, let's get into old business. Updates from the previous meetings. Presentation of the board regarding the master plan. Unfortunately, tonight, we are not going to see Mr. Huntress. He had a death of one of his friends, and he's at a service of some sort tonight, so we will not have him tonight. I say next thing on the list is review and vote on Central Street recreational policy.
All right, did you make any comments to, that you did, did you make any comments to the document that was sent to us?
I think that the only changes were the ones that you made, and I think that we're ready to go with it.
Okay. If people have read through it or are comfortable with it, we can vote on it and take it, and then after we vote on it, I'll present it, or one of us can present it to the select board for them to approve it.
Yeah, it's already gone through legal,
Legal, right.
and they made the corrections, and
Formatted.
formatted.
Yeah.
There we go. Win-win for all.
So I make a motion that we accept the policy for the Central Street recreational environmental resource area as it was presented.
I second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right.
Is that long, if you don't mind? Is that long, or is it a sentence? Can it be read into the record? I'm just curious.
Oh, it's
Oh, it's a booklet.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
10-4.
it's our policy review, so it's like pages and pages.
No, not yet, okay.
Yeah, we've been reviewing it for
Many meetings.
many meetings. This
But
goes back.
highlights mission statement, field house, restroom, community spaces, the reservation process, general rules, expectation, the playing field, basketball courts, application process, the court requirements, field use framework. Those are kind of the
Table of
table of
contents.
contents.
Thank you very much
highlights.
for that.
Just at least for a placeholder for the conversation and for the record.
And once you vote on it, I presume it'll be on the rec committee website, of course, right?
Has to go to select board.
That's got the
Right.
select board. Select
I
board
mean,
has.
that rec committee website.
Once the
Once
select board.
the select
Yeah,
board
once you vote
approves
on
it,
it.
then it goes to the select board. I mean, it goes to our website to make everything legit.
So is the select board tomorrow, or is that?
No, it's going to be, if they do meet tomorrow, it'll have to be on their agenda.
So
And it might be on their
Next week.
agenda.
No, week.
Yeah, but I think it's,
It's next week.
Yeah, it's not tomorrow night.
I don't know if you'll be able to get it in time. Did Julie do this, the formatting of it? So maybe she could put it on the agenda.
And it might be on the agenda, I believe that's what Elisa had
Yeah.
said.
But I think
yeah.
she posts that at the end of this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Usually Thursday afternoon.
so it should be on the agenda.
Are we still in our old business?
What's that?
Are we still in our old business?
Yeah, old business, we are. Update on pickleball. Now we can talk about pickleball.
Okay. So, like I said, all the equipment came in. We're gonna start on May 2nd, with the first week that we're doing, so we're doing it Tuesdays and Thursdays. The first week is gonna be all beginners. We're getting a lot of response, and then we do have some experienced players. So ongoing, one day will be for experienced players, the other day will be for beginners. I have a married couple that will be the instructors, but people are excited, so
Cool.
we're.
So, just go over that again. It'll be on 2 separate days,
Mhm. From
And-
9 to 11, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9 to 11 in the morning.
Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that'll be weekly. Awesome.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, we're trying these temporary lines, everything's all measured out, you just kind of like roll them out.
Yeah.
We'll see how it works. Instead of taping anything on that surface,
Yeah.
we're gonna try this.
Yes,
So,
in theory, it's built for that, it was designed for that, so it should work.
yeah, we'll try.
We'll see if it does.
Everything is kind of a lot of what we do, because we do new things that haven't been done with this COA before.
Yeah.
It's trial and error.
Yeah,
so
everything's trial and error.
Yeah, we'll see. But the one thing that I wanted to find out from you was, can I get some kind of and I don't know what we have left over for funds on what you guys have allocated for this equipment, but some kind of like a plastic trunk or something that we can
Store
put
stuff in?
everything in and store it in there. I did speak to the fire chief about putting an AED over there, inside the field house,
Yep.
between like where the bathrooms
Yep,
are.
yep, yep.
But until that happens, I want to have one in this box, because
Yep.
I have one at the school location, and we're not
Okay.
there right now, so I'd like to put it in there,
All right.
just in case.
So
If I have it there, no one's gonna need it, so
So it will go out of the school, because you don't need it at the school
I don't need
anymore.
it there.
And then it will go into the
Into
field-
this box,
Yeah, in the box, and then the field house, which would be perfect.
yes, but I need a box,
Are you talking like a Tupperware
something like that,
Tote.
70 tote
you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
bag? I think that's.
That we
something-
could put in the kitchen area under the counter,
yeah,
and
I
then
think the
the,
recreation department needs to have some place to store their equipment, whether it's the AED or the.
COA,
or anything
I mean
comes out.
COA.
COA.
Yeah, COA. Okay.
To check the funds, I make a motion that we acquire the necessary storage area, storage unit, to keep the pickleball and or other equipment, AED, equipment in the field house for access for the COA use.
Should we put a dollar amount on it, $50 or something like that?
So,
We should.
yeah, we
so-
allocated last meeting up to 2K, and I
Yeah.
don't believe, how much
Yeah.
was that invoice? It wasn't 2K.
No.
$1293.66,
So there's-
so there's still funds left there.
So to use the remaining of those
Yeah.
funds,
Yeah.
those funds.
All right. I second that motion. Would you like to vote? Any discussion on that? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
All right. Excellent. Done deal.
Thank you.
I have dates in my rec for the Newbury Council on Aging, for the field, for use of the field house coming up in, or the basketball court for
That's for
pickleball,
the pickleball.
coming up in May. Do we have to vote on that?
Did you?
Yeah, you already voted on it.
Did you?
I think we approved it.
We approved their,
And if whoever did the minutes had them out, we would know that.
I know.
Oh, wow.
I'm
let's
hard on
just,
myself, I mean,
let's just vote on it, just so we're
Just
solid. on it.
confirm, let's confirm
Confirm it, yeah.
that the COA has use of prior,
Prior to use of the,
has non-exclusive use of the basketball courts on Tuesdays and Thursdays between the hours of
9 to 11 a.m.?
9 to 11.
To
May
May
to-
through
Yep, May
September.
through September.
Can I have a second on that?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 All right.
Does the Council on Aging have a rental fee?
No.
No.
No,
No, okay.
No.
All right, I didn't
No.
think so.
no. No.
Are we still on old?
We are an old.
We talked about, I call them the sandwich board, those little A-frame.
Mhm.
Yeah, well, it's not on the agenda,
Yeah.
so can we go back to
Sure.
just staying with the.
All right, so update G Mello.
Services have been resumed for the year weekly. For them to pick up weekly again, can you talk to the town administrator regarding DPW to close it and develop a plan for the pad
Okay.
that we talked about?
My only thought about that is, depending on, I've been thinking about this. If we put the pad where we think we want the pad now, and I guess it's probably not a huge deal if they decide that in some aspects we do eventually get a playground and that is in that general area, I guess it's probably pretty easy to remove a short section of concrete.
Well, let's just integrate it with the master plan, but I think.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, I think more importantly is to have it chained up.
Yeah,
Because-
yeah, so that for, all right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it shouldn't, I mean, it's just a matter of moving the bar up and chain.
It's wide open right now.
I don't know.
They have, I assume it's still the plastic lids,
Plastic lids with.
and they just pop them right out. They sort of lift them out.
I don't know how they're doing, I know that bar that goes over,
Yeah,
there's nothing chaining in place.
yeah, I locked it one year and it sort of worked.
Yeah.
Did
It
not.
worked well,
Did it?
yeah,
Oh,
and
okay.
it's just a matter of them, DPW unlocking it
Okay.
Tuesday night or Wednesday
All right.
morning.
All right, I will send that note to the town administrator and DPW. Just get my little. All right, I'll remind me to do that. Back to, and then, Central Street, much, pickleball, flag purchase.
The flag, last week when I went by, the flag looked ratty and tattied, not respectful of what it represents. I was asking if we should set money aside and work with DPW to make sure that we have an adequate number of flags, so when it becomes worn.
So that was a new flag when the Boy Scout
Put
did
it
it,
in.
and that wasn't all that long ago,
No,
correct?
it wasn't. That
Just because of the wind?
Yeah, it's very windy up there. It seems that late last week, they put a new one up,
Okay.
but I'd like to get ahead of the game and have a supply so that it's not a, hey, I have to wait a period of time when we have money.
So
reserved.
should we order, I don't know, 3 flags and just have them?
Can we just set money aside and talk to DPW to
Okay, fine.
have them, you know, and then take care of
I
it?
have no idea what the cost of flags are. You know. Yeah, that's your job.
Look it
Go
up, I
ahead.
was gonna do it.
All right,
You can do it
I'm gonna put
faster.
my little note in about, to get in touch with town administrator.
Yeah, what's
How
the
I was
size?
gonna
size?
say, what size is it, yeah, do you know? Is that,
The dimensions, because I can read it.
3 by 5.
that's really small.
5 feet long and 3 feet wide? Do you think that's, we're not talking like a car dealership type?
Again,
It's big.
I would talk to DPW.
Yeah, you need a big one.
That's a house off a porch, 3 by 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you can buy wind rated and things so they don't wear out as fast.
For high wind,
3 by 5.
$38 on Amazon,
How much, what's the size?
3 by 5.
I think
Outdoor
it was
heavy
big.
duty.
So whatever the next size up, 3 by 5, let's go 5 by, I don't know.
Take
4
a
by
measure
6.
If the one that's there looks good, to get a measure.
Let's see, 3 by 5.
3 by 6 is $55. That's $60.
Like 55, 65.
So $55, so if we did $200, we can leave that up to DPW to pick up the flag and the size, and we won't have to worry about any of that. I think that should cover us.
I make a motion that we encumber $200 up to $200 for the acquisition of as many appropriate size flags for the flagpole at the Central Street facility.
I second that.
All
I have a
right,
question on that though.
good.
The bill for that, is that something that I would see?
Yes.
Yeah, DBW would,
So
would,
if I
So
was-
kind of like this that I do with pickleball, I
Right.
ordered it, but I sent you the
Yep,
bill.
and Annette, or you sent me.
And
the
it
bill.
sent it to me,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I forwarded it to you,
Yep.
yeah, so it'll be the same.
So if I don't see said purchase, when should I follow up with the committee?
At the next meeting, we'll have an update.
Okay.
yeah. And it may be one of those things where they already have flags set aside,
Mhm.
so we'll know.
Understood.
We'll know, and they'll know the size. There may be a box of flags. Oh, got one.
Yeah.
All right, we're done with the discussion on that?
I think so.
Shall we all vote? All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
No opposed? Well, there's a winner. Okay. My vote is in. I think that's it on old business. There doesn't seem to be anything on new business.
I have one thing.
Yes.
I was going to ask if we could put a bulletin board up in the field house.
Yeah, we brought that up before, right?
I sent you guys an email to see if it was something we could talk about.
I thought we talked about that.
No, I don't remember that.
I think it's the email I sent you, to
Oh,
say, is it
okay.
something I can talk
Okay.
about?
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to know if we could put something up, that way I can put like the COA calendar up there, if, you know,
Yeah,
if
if
Trade Youth
anything's
Soccer
going on.
has a
Yeah.
flyer that, you know, whatever. Just kind of a community
Mhm.
bulletin board
Mhm.
that we can put.
Sounds good.
I would think it would go in between, where the bathrooms are,
Yep,
just because
yep.
that's mostly.
Yep.
Would it be encased in plastic or anything of that nature?
You tell me if that's what you would prefer, like you want like a locked glass kind of thing, or do you
Right,
want just a
and-
bulletin board?
I wouldn't want people coming in and ripping stuff off, you know. But at the same point, I don't want to make it cumbersome for people to access it.
Right.
Mm.
And who gets access and who doesn't get access. And one of the issues I would be concerned about is, and again, who gets access, because we really don't cover it. I know at other places like the YMCA, they have bulletin boards for like other nonprofits and charity events. Some of the members are putting up personal stuff
Yeah.
for their own business. Like, I'm a babysitter, I
Yeah,
teach
yeah, yeah.
guitars, and it's, I don't know,
Well, you're there,
I'm there twice a week.
yeah, so
I
you could
can
just
kind
do
of,
that.
yeah,
You
I-
could monitor
And
that.
we can put something on there that says, you know, for Newbury,
Notices or
Yeah.
something.
something like that.
let's clarify before we go too far.
That's fine.
So we don't have to backtrack on something.
BCAC has one of those things.
All right. Should we bring this up at our next meeting, or do we have time to, so we can go over sort of the background on it?
I'm not in a rush, so.
All right, let's do
Yeah.
that. We'll
Yeah,
put that,
let's
we'll put that on the new business for the next meeting.
Yeah. Okay, that's.
And one other thing I was thinking about, when it comes time for next meeting, when hopefully Chris Huntress will show up, is maybe, I'll see if I can get my hands on something a little bit larger, poster-sized board of the field area, so that we can, you know, say, hey, this is where we like this, or this is where we like that. Just, and I know that he has,
Kind of this.
yeah, but large, so that,
Not spelled.
you know, we can, because the idea for him is to set up sort of a, you know, he'll go over what he can do, but if we tell him, and I'm sure he knows these things, but where our thoughts are, location for this, it may make things a lot easier.
I'm a visual person anyway, so that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. It'd be nice to be able to, but I don't know how. I mean, I guess I could figure that out fairly quickly, but. All right, so are we good?
We're good.
I vote to close the meeting at 6:24.
I make a motion to close meeting at 6:24.
I second. Any questions?
Where's the schedule next meeting?
What's that?
Oh, discuss
Oh,
next
discuss next meeting. We do that every time, don't we? We should put that on the agenda so that I'm not totally,
We do
My
that for
mistake.
the COA, so we forget to.
it's not your mistake. You
Yeah.
go above and beyond. So, we're into May. What do we do? We do Monday nights?
Generally,
I don't know. I'm game for anything.
May 1st, May Day,
May Day?
have a pole dance and all that good stuff.
Do you need to check with Chris?
Wait, did you
Huntress?
say pole dance?
Yeah.
Pole day.
Oh, sorry.
I heard pole
I
dance.
I heard
too.
pole dance.
I heard that.
I did, just so that you know.
I did.
Yes, the worst part is,
Did too.
it's what that machine says.
Newbury has their own pole dance. Recreation committee. God, I never thought of that. Bring everybody
New
up.
program?
Yeah.
I was just gonna say.
Oh, it's,
New
people do it for
COA
exercise.
work,
so,
they
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Heard.
From what?
From what you've heard.
From what
From
you've
what
heard.
Can we just say tentatively put it for the first, confirming with Chris, and within the next
Yes,
week, let
absolutely.
us know. If
Yeah.
not, we will go to the 8th. Does that work for people?
Yep.
Chris?
Yeah, he said he
Okay.
was gonna make a point. It's a priority for him to make the meeting.
Okay.
So unless something comes up where he has I'll push him on that. So, all right, we picked a date. I vote that we close the meeting. Let's try it again at 6:26 PM.
Okay.
All in favor?
All right.
Aye.